I'm a land care project manager that's been working with land care for the last few years. We work with the local community and other organisations to look after our local environment. We get together a couple of times a month to work on our local creeks and rivers. We do lots of weeding, get stuck in and get into some hard work, and then we plant some trees. We do a range of projects and working in different areas and working with different people in different groups. Anyone can come along. We have kids and families. Everyone just comes in and gets stuck in and gets involved, and we have some great morning teas as well. So if you do have the opportunity, please get involved with your local groups to just look after and protect our environment for the future. So get in and have a go.
Local government's approach towards managing biodiversity conservation is two-pronged. We really encourage landholders to get out there and control their noxious weeds on their own land. And a lot of private land has got some great biodiversity conservation areas, really worth protecting from threats such as noxious weeds and feral animals. We also manage our own lands proactively to try and address those threats, and in many cases we encourage land care and private people to come on our lands and assist in addressing those problems. I mean, we're trying to save these areas for everyone, and it's a really great thing.
I entered into this conservation agreement in 2000 with National Parks and Wildlife. I thought about it very closely when I started out, and I always wanted to conserve my property because it's in pristine condition down near the creek there, the Moonee Creek, and we found the giant barred frog, the rusty plum, threatened endangered species. In the long term, once I moved on, I wanted it looked after for future generations.
You must be really proud of this. Yeah, you are.
I believe with putting it under conservation agreement with National Parks and Wildlife was a great idea, so I'm very proud to have done this.
Well, dealing with National Parks and Greening Australia and Northern Rivers Catchment Management Authority has been fantastic. I wanted to save the land. I had a timber resource here which was worth a few dollars. Could have been cut down, sent to a timber mill, gone. Now I've got this whole land here has been preserved for not only my children but generations to come. I've become very passionate about it, and the work that they've done with me have been very supportive all the way. The incentive plans are great, go for it, and I recommend it to anyone. It's a fantastic partnership and I'm glad that I'm in there with them.
The reason that we entered into the voluntary conservation agreement that we have on this property was an attempt to try and protect a remnant of forest which exists around here, which is so important to the local wildlife. A lot of land has been degraded through farming practices, and we wanted, having seen what a beautiful piece of forest we have behind us here, wanted to conserve that for the future, provide some sort of security for the wildlife which were being deprived of so much in the area. We're very proud of what we've done. We've continued to plant trees. I hope that we've given an example to others to follow who will be able to see the value in protecting such a beautiful, beautiful ecology that ought to be made available for future generations. So please do your best. If you can participate in such an exercise, then do so.
Well, we're Rod and Ruth Holmes, and we live in the Dorrigo Plateau, which is between Coffs Harbour and Armidale, and we're beef cattle farmers, and we've been involved in land care for the last 15 years. We've started off in a small way with a group of our neighbours, just planting a few trees along the road, and that developed into each of the farmers doing land management programs and farm plans, and then as a result of that we've all grown lots of trees and fenced off creeks, and the result of that is what Ruth's holding here.
We were very fortunate to win the Nature Conservation Award for New South Wales, and we have to go to the Nationals in October this year in Canberra, so yeah, we're pretty proud of our achievements.
The results, I think, are something that have been really pleasing, that we have corridors of green, we have much less wind, and there's a lot of shelter for the stock, and we haven't reduced the carrying capacity of our land at all. In fact, it's probably improved, and the the quality of our pastures, I think, have improved because we've had more shelter from the trees and the windbreaks that we've planted.
And I think one of the most important things is the sound of the farm has changed. When we first started, you sort of didn't hear that many birds around, but now we've joined up our remnant rainforest, particularly along the riparian zone. The chorus of birds early morning and afternoon is fantastic.
Between the group here, which is about 6 full-time farmers, and we've probably planted up to 100,000 trees and fenced off about 20 kilometres of creeks, cleared them of weeds, mainly privet, and then resown it to native trees and provided alternative stock water. And one of the other things that we've really been successful in is with the dairy farmers have been concreting their laneways, and we found that the erosion from dairy laneways was the biggest source of pollution to our streams in the area, and by concreting them it's helped the farmers with their management of the cattle, moving them to and from the pastures, and less erosion, and our creeks and the water quality leaving this area has been really improved.
Working with the Northern Rivers CMA to deliver programs such as bush recovery enables us to share with the public, the landowners and the land managers, the excitement of protecting their vegetation and habitat. Yeah, after 25 years in environmental science and management, it's really good to be out on the ground with the landowners and the land managers, and you can actually feel the momentum now in the public taking up these incentives to protect their vegetation and habitat. It's just great to be able to share that experience with them.
I've been a ranger about 20 years now, and part of that job is the Conservation Partnerships program, which is our voluntary conservation agreements and wildlife refuges. And it's great to go out and visit landholders that are really positive and active and want to do something about conserving the bush on their property. When you visit people, you explain, well, do you want it in perpetuity, that is, a permanent covenant, or do you want something like a wildlife refuge, which is not a permanent covenant? And you can work out what they want to achieve, and go to it from there. But it's just a great process to go through. And what's really good these days is that there's more and more incentives available. There's rate reduction, for the council rates. There's often a funding allocation through various agencies, the Catchment Management Authority and things like that. So it's really good to see that these people that want to conserve bush on their place, not only getting that personal reward from doing it, which is great to be part of, but they're actually getting some financial remuneration as well. So it's just a really good thing to be involved in.